Girl, you spend too much time whining. Make me introduce you to fine dining. Put you in a Louis, not just a Harley. Sweat out your ear and give you money. Girl, you spend too much time whining. Make me introduce you to fine dining. Put you in a Louis, not just a Harley. Sweat out your ear and give you money.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Daily Stay with Abby. Thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all like that intro? Y'all like that intro though? It's like, I was feeling myself. But today, I'm basically just gonna talk about things that will motivate different women, different young women actually, you know, feeling like they're trying to find themselves or just growing. Like, I feel like when you're a young woman, that's when you grow a lot. And I've been going through so many changes. It's like a lot, okay? So stay tuned in if y'all want to see me ramble and, you know, actually get something from my video. I mean, I know I'm 20, but I still got a lot to say. Anyway, let's go. Okay, so I feel like the first thing to actually realize and be happy and be grateful is be grateful that you actually notice that you're growing, to recognize that you're growing and you're changing, your personality is changing, your body is changing. To actually recognize that, that's like a really good thing, because a lot of people don't recognize that, and then it hits them, and then they don't know how to deal with it because they weren't paying attention to themselves, they weren't in tune with themselves. So feel good, sis, that you know this is the growing stage, and you know this year about to be your growth year. It's a good feeling when you know that, because you take on that journey so much better when you actually know, you know, what's happening or what's gonna happen. So for the young women that are basically trying to find themselves and trying to figure out what they like, what they'll stand for, you know, what they won't stand for as a woman, I feel like it's a big deal, you know. Like, for me, I would say that like 2018 and 2017 was, I've been growing since those 2 years. Like, I've been growing a lot. Like, I'm noticing a lot more with people. I'm realizing a lot more with people. Like, one thing I've learned was you can't really take people for who they say they are, and that's sad, because you should always be genuine with people. And that's also my downfall, because I'm always genuine with people. I don't look at people sideways. I don't think in my head like, you know, this person probably bullshitting me. No, I take people for who they say they are. But I've learned that to be more careful. Like, be more careful with who you believe. Like, a lot of people try to front and talk about, a lot of people like to say who they want to be, but they don't do what they want to. They don't do the actions to be that person. So you got to watch out for those people. Another thing I learned this year was putting yourself first. That's a huge thing, young queens. That's a huge thing, because you have to put yourself first. Like, you have to, no matter how hard it is, no matter what the situation is, like, you have to put yourself first. And once you do it that first time, you feel so empowered. Like, believe me, you feel so empowered once you do it that first time. It's like, now it's like you want to do it all the time. Like, I wouldn't say all the time, but now you want to do it a lot more. Y'all be wondering like, oh, I should get cute for this motivation video, this, that, and the third. This is another way for me to motivate myself. When I get cute, when I have something to do, like, that's related to getting cute, whatever, of course. Like, I don't just get cute because I need something, like, no. But I'm saying, like, when it comes to YouTube videos, or like just going out or getting something done that has to do with makeup or dressing up, like, it motivates me, and that's okay. Like, y'all, don't let society make you feel like just because you do your makeup all the time, or just because you want to overdress, or you have feelings that do the most, like myself, like, just because you're like that, there's nothing wrong with that. That's who you are, and that helps to motivate me. Like, beating my face to do this video helped motivate me to do this video. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what motivates me sometimes, and that's cool. Don't let these people get to you, sis. Don't let these people try to tell you, oh, she gotta get cute all the time, she gotta do this to love herself. If you love yourself, and you doing this because it makes you feel good, do it. Like, do you, sis. Like, don't let nobody tell you. Another thing I would point out, for young women that's growing would be, it's okay to make mistakes. This is like, I realize, like, this is the stage where it's okay to make all the mistakes you want to. Like, it's okay to make mistakes. I know there's people watching. I know there's your family. I know there's your friends. I know there's social media judging you, watching you, ready for you to fail, or not wanting you to fail so bad where you feel like they're hawks, like they on you, But as long as you're okay within yourself that, it's okay that I made a mistake. It's cool. Now I know not to do that again. Like, as long as you keep that in mind, that's the best thing. That's another thing that you should feel good about yourself, if you actually can do that. If you can actually not beat yourself up and be okay with making mistakes, that's a good thing. So give yourself a pat on the back. You feel me? Ooh. Give yourself a pat on the back if you could do that, because I'm struggling with that right now. I'm like my biggest critic, so if I make a mistake, I beat myself up because I feel like I knew better. But you live and you learn. It's life, So there's not a book that tells you what to do and what not to say, and the situations, what you're supposed to do in those situations. You don't know. So it's cool, sis. It's cool. Also, for women that's growing, I would say that no matter how, I would say that don't compare your growth to someone else. And that is the hardest thing to do, but I've been practicing that since I was younger. My mom always instilled that in me. Don't watch what anybody else have. Worry about yourself. Basically, stay in your own lane, girl. So basically, I'm saying, like, as much as it's hard to look at other people and see how good they're doing, you feel like you're not doing that good, or your growth is so slow, or your time isn't coming, or whatever whatever negative energy you have, like, don't pay attention to what that person is doing, because you don't know what they went through to get there. You don't know if they're gonna go through stuff after they got what they wanted. You don't know that, and that's the beauty of it. I feel like everyone's so different. If everyone grew at the same time, succeeded at the same time, it's like, where do you get the lessons from? Where do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the beauty of it. Like, and I feel like it's less work to be positive and motivate that person that you feel like is doing better than you, and praise them and make them feel good that they're doing a good thing. It's less work to do that than to be sitting here worrying about, like, damn, she doing way better than me when I thought I was gonna do this. Don't put yourself down. I trust you. Trust me. Once you start putting out that positive energy to other people and their growth and what they have going on, you'll start feeling better about yourself, and you'll eventually start doing better and start figuring out ways to make yourself get to the point where you want to be. So it's cool, sis. It's cool. If you catch yourself, swerving in somebody else's lane, feeling some type of way because somebody else going faster than you, it's cool. Just motivate them, be genuine, and keep it pushing, because your time goes. So I think I said a whole lot in this video. I think I said too much. I like doing this stuff. Like, this stuff makes me happy, telling people, motivating people, and telling people my experiences. This stuff makes me happy. Reason why I started YouTube, really. I love informing people and giving people information and just helping people, as cheesy as it sounds, it does make me happy. So I'm gonna end this video. If you guys do like this video and you want to get more motivational videos from me about different topics, or have questions about something, I mean, granted, I'm 20 years old, but I could give advice on something, and I could also receive advice on stuff too. So yeah, feel free to comment, like, subscribe if you feel like I'm worth your goddamn time. Y'all, subscribe, okay? Subscribe to my channel.